Now, I spoke to Katie Marin just after 9 o'clock, owner of Miss Katie's Crab Shack in Fitzroy, furious with Yarra City Council and the plan to impose a $5,000 annual fee for car park spaces used for outdoor dining. Here's some of what she told me.
I'm very angry today. Last night was an exhibition of how out of touch this council is with the reality of what small businesses are facing. We've been under such strict density regulations, and to be able to utilise these parklets to comply with the government health orders is the only way that we're going to survive.
Looks rough. You're trying to recover, you're trying to rebuild, you want the city jumping $5,000 for each car park you're taking up. And the argument is being put that that's to recover revenue for the City of Yarra. On the line, the Mayor for the City of Yarra, who in fact used her casting vote to pass this motion, Councillor Gabrielle De Vetri. Good morning.
Good morning, Neil.
Looks a bit rough. It really looks rough. These people are trying to recover. They've been in an awful position. Do you really have to impose this on them?
Look, we absolutely understand that businesses are struggling right now, and that's why the vote last night actually included a waiver until April. So we're not charging any fees. Businesses will be able to trade over summer and pay absolutely nothing until we get to April. And in April, what we've proposed is a 25% discounted fee, where businesses will be paying around $5 to $10 a day, depending on where they're located, to be able to use those parking spots to trade in. But we also embedded, recognising that, we don't know what this situation is going to be in April, that if we suffer significant lockdowns over summer, we'll absolutely go back to the drawing board, reconsider, and we'll remain flexible as we have been over the last year.
You could be the only government organisation ever to remove a tax.
Look, it's actually it's in line with the City of Melbourne, the City of Stonington, and a proposal that'll be before the City of Port Phillip to waive these fees. So we're doing that. We're saying this is actually these are the fees for having these outdoor dining parklets. And consistently over the last year, we've provided $3 million of support in the form of fee waivers
which
to
is great.
Our local businesses.
You're waiving some fees, but now you're hitting them with a huge impost to use a parking spot to get their people outside so they can do business, so they can fight their way out of this horrible time, and I would hope add some ambience and excitement to the region. It just seems to me totally counterproductive.
We're not actually imposing those fees. Those fees are not going to be imposed. In fact, the $5,000 is our projected fee for the end of 2022. So
I don't care when it is. I mean, these people have been through hell. These people have been living on welfare. They've been struggling to pay a bill. Why impose it at all? And you're going back to pre-COVID times for your parking fees. Is Yarra Council really so stretched that you have to do this, is it?
Look, it's a cost recovery model. We're not making any revenue at all on this.
Of course you are. That's silly. Hang on. You're making revenue out of it. It's cost recovery. Cost recovery. Of course it's revenue.
So it's cost recovery. It covers the lost parking revenue, and it covers the cost of our officer time for maintenance, compliance and safety. And it's really important that if we want to make this a sustainable model, and we are one of the first councils to actually make this program a permanent program after overwhelming support from our community and from traders, if we want to make this a sustainable long-term part of our streetscapes, we actually need to make it sustainable for the ratepayers, for council and for businesses. What we'll find is businesses on our prime dining streets will be paying about $14 a day for the use of those parking spots.
For 365 days. For 365
and our neighbourhood streets will be paying around $8.40 a day.
Okay, but that's $14 a day for 365 days, is it?
That's right.
Yep.
A day.
Don't play it down. $14 a day every day of the year, whether you're open or not, it's a hell of a lot of money. Hey, by the way, Katie says Stephen Jolly was trying to talk and his microphone was turned off. Is that right?
I'm not sure. I didn't turn any microphone off. It's a council meeting. There are protocols there as to when, as to the process of speaking. But I didn't turn anyone's microphone off. I don't have the capacity to do that over Zoom.
So could I convince you to delay this until the end of 2023?
Look, the decision was made last night. It was passed last night, and traders will not be paying any fees to trade over summer. So we really hope that that is a really good summer and that businesses will be able to get back up on their feet. And of course, this is a best case scenario. We understand that by the end of 2022, we might not be in a good place. And if that's the case, then we will absolutely reconsider. But what we're hoping is that we'll have less lockdowns and businesses will be thriving. They'll be back on their feet. We've shown time and time again that we listen, and that if that's not the case, we will reconsider. There's nothing stopping us from waiving fees as we have done 2-3 times over the last year.
Thank you very much. That doesn't do much for certainty, I suppose. Anyway, I hope that that does happen. I just think it'd be more certainty for the businesses if you said, OK, we're not going to do this until the end of 2023 or the middle of 2023 or whatever. But thank you for talking to us. I really appreciate it. Councillor Gabrielle de Vetri, the Mayor of the City of Yarra.